All right, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of the Overwatch season here, the spring season at XP League and XP League Madison. I'm your caster, Cody. Excited to have a pretty strange round for you today. We got the Madison Marvels playing against the Madison Eagles, both in-house today. So it's going to be a pretty crazy game. We saw these teams play against each other at the beginning, but we've had 4 more weeks to go through, and so now we're ready to roll and see. We like I said, we saw the Eagles and the Marvels duke it out at the first round, but these kids are now 4 weeks wiser, 4 weeks more veteran with their team. So we'll have to see if that's going to make the difference here going into these hybrid maps at week 4. So we've got the Eagles. We've got the what's this called? This is called Blizzard World. This is that map. You might also notice here that we've got, and I have to fix this for you. We've got a little bit of a mess up where we're only doing 5v5 here. So let me just scoot those over. And so, yeah, we have a 5v5 round going. So it's a little bit of a Overwatch 2, if you're familiar. Because we had a couple drop-offs this weekend, but we make do. And so this is a good chance for, maybe we're playing into this Overwatch 2 theme here. We've got the Marvels defending first on your blue team here, and the Eagles attacking. This is going to be pretty different, and it's going to be tough for me to cast as we have to go through. It's good that Dominate on that Widow. Oh, getting a huge pick off onto Dreamer, it looks like, really quickly. That's a big swing there, getting down a whole healer. Plurp, though, holding the front line as Captain Calamari dives through with that hammer. Captain Calamari is able to get the elimination and quickly eliminate. Plurp does get res, but at the cost of Vexrus's life. And so Captain Calamari is coming through quite strong and is starting to capture the point here. I think rolling off the back of that quick snipe coming out from Dominate, and Dominate even switched on over to Reaper to kind of to go off the top of that. So we see that Reaper's been really strong. We see a couple different buffs coming out to Reaper, allowing him to do a little bit more lifesteal. So we'll have to see if Reaper is going to be like a big threat going into the next couple rounds. We see Frost on that back line, does get eliminated quickly by Dominate. And so, we got to see a little bit more coordination here. We do hear Plurp trying to get that ultimate out. We did hear the hammer, but nothing else came out of it. And so he was eliminated before anything could happen. And it looks like the Eagles are rolling through here on attack. Marvels need to come back here and try to coordinate a little bit better going into the team. So we see ultimate coming out from Ghost. He's going to roll around. Let's follow it out. He's going to hold it out, waiting for some ults to come out. Finds 3 eliminations. Just got to play that patience there. And we see, and while we were following the Riptire, a big thing I want to point out, we can see Dreamer eliminating the lamp to allow. So they saw a little bit of good communication coming out. Waspies, though, on the backline with that Mei, using that ice block to stay alive. That's going to be big against Frost. That needs that charge up time and will lose the ability as we saw there. And so that is definitely something that is a good counter pick against some of the regulars that we're seeing from the different teams. Let's watch Dreamer here on this Ana. Not something we see very often. Great shots coming out though from Dreamer. Window coming out from Phantom. try to allow some damage, but the Marvels play it safe and go behind cover. It's going to allow the Eagles to push through a little bit, but it's all about that team fight, as we know. And so now the Eagles, Marvels looking for an initiation, and the Nano Boost comes out onto Plurp to push through, but the ultimates coming out from Eagles, though, are going to make a huge difference and going to swing. So looks like a team kill coming out from the Eagles. Holy moly now. So the Eagles coming through, invested a lot of ults. It looks like the Marvels just didn't have the ults that they wanted going into it. We do see that Plurp does have his ult. Gotta be able to use it, though. We saw last time he got quickly eliminated before that came out, and that could be a problem this time around. And so we see that coming through. A quick elimination from a Ghost on to Dominate. It's going to be a big swing. A huge ice block coming out from Waspies, just keeping it up. That Riptire is coming through. The Eagles are backing up. 2 do to go down, Phantom and Captain Calamari. And with that, Waspie is going to stay alive a little bit here and keep it going. Frost coming into the background line, trying to get some eliminations, selecting to retreat, though. Try to play safe. 3 minutes remaining on the clock here. And so Eagles have quite a ways to go, but it's going to be a big deal here. Big ult coming out from Waspies as he pushes through, gets the freeze on the Plurp, kind of removing him from the fight and allowing the rest of the team to probably get some damage through. But a Meteor Strike coming out from Frost is going to get that elimination, but trade out of the way with Dominate. As Plurp now charging through into the back line. Gonna trade here with the other Reinhardt. That's gonna be a big swing, though. Brez coming out onto Ghost from Vexrus. It's still anyone's fight here. It's healers and damage versus healers and damage. A quick elimination from Waspies onto Dreamer, though. Well-placed Icicles. And Frost is coming back from respawn. Another Riptire coming through, though. That's gonna be big. Finds an elimination on the Dominate, that troublesome player there, as Frost and Ghost now pushing in, getting some eliminations. Plurp trying to find that Earth Shatter, but Captain Calamari holding up that shield, keeping the team alive, but it's not going to be enough as Plurp comes in with the onslaught, and so now the Eagles are going to have to retreat. Be a lot of back and forth coming from both teams, kind of more than we I think this goes to show how well these teams are getting going and playing. You see Captain Calamari diving in the front line, but Frost sees the aggression and splits them up, getting Phantom from the back, and allows for the rest of the team to converge on that. That was well placed by Frost to be able to converge and sandwich the Eagles there and deny, even though that Earth Shatter coming out from Captain Calamari hit a lot of players. It just ultimately did not matter, and we see a scuffle up on top with Dreamer and Frost here. Again, that well-placed positioning is really what made a big difference there, and I want to point that out. Lamp coming out, as well as a Zenyatta ult, try to stem the bleeding here as Plurp charges in, gets a quick elimination on the Dominate. That damage is going away, and a huge Earth Shatter from Plurp, and comboed in with a quick little Riptire. Going to push away the Eagles, and the Eagles need to retreat there. You see Waspies, though, on that Bara. This is a big deal. The Marvels do not have a lot of hit scan characters to be able to deal with this, so this damage that Waspies is putting out is more or less free to them. And he's going to get some really nice shots in there, dodging away from the Ghost. Oh, and a huge... Oh, and Dominate, though, getting a big Death Blossom. A lot of really well technical plays coming out from Waspies, as well as the rest of the team, just getting a team kill onto the Eagles, or onto the Marvels, excuse me, from the Eagles. Well played and well placed from them. And so now we're getting to the end. The Marvels are coming up from their respawns now. And so we're going to have to see if there's probably one last fight here, possibly going into overtime. You see Waspies on the high ground here. Earthshatter coming out from Plurp. Hits a many, but I don't know if it's enough to capitalize. Ghost finds an elimination onto Waspies. That's going to be a big deal. That free damage is coming away now. Lots of ults being used. Lucio coming down to keep the Marvel's team alive. Rez coming out of the Ghost to keep that damage through. Dominate, though, wrecking through the back line. The Mercy out does come out to try to keep the team alive as Dominate tries to get that back line. A Riptire is going to probably end it, though, as Wraith Form coming out from Dominate, going to keep the team alive. Huge Justice coming from above, but unfortunately doesn't find it, and the Eagles go down, and the Marvels manage to find it, but the Eagles putting a huge push forward onto that. That is an immense effort coming out from the Eagles. 98 meters is just, it is nothing to scoff at. That's definitely a very well placed payload. And the Marvels are going to have a tough time here, I'm thinking, putting against the Eagles. Looks like a little bit friendly back and forth from the teams. Love to see it. And so now the Marvels are on your attacking team. The Eagles are on defense. Dominate, switching over to that McCree. Something we've seen very strong from him. Able to get those big dead eyes, but also just having a lot of CC. Waspies on that. Waspies on that Junkrat too. I mean, it's effective in many's hands. That Riptire is just hard to handle at these levels, and because of that. You see the Zenyatta, though. This hard bot Zenyatta is doing work as well. And so let's see what the teams can do while they're pushing through. Captain Calamari pushing up, keeping the team forward, holding up that shield. But the Marvel's coming through. Captain Calamari is going to try to pinch around. But the high ground there is going to deny Captain Calamari from getting access to him. Waspies, though, going into the fray. Quickly getting elimination. Captain Calamari does find onto Frost. But Dominate also finds a DMAC onto the Marvels. That's going to be a big swing. And so the Marvels, although alive, are not looking to do much fighting, and basically are more or less, we can think of them as dead because they are not acting as much as they might want to be. Plurp and Frost do get quickly eliminated by that Riptire. Just came out of nowhere, and because of that, again, Marvels need to retreat a little bit and try to survive. Big trap onto Dominate, as we see there. Trying to get a whole picture there. But Dominate, though, coming in with a big swing onto Ghost. Just not able to do it. We still see Dreamer back there trying to get that remake, but unfortunately goes down to Dominate. It is looking tough for the Marvels here. Eagles definitely have found their way. Maybe it's this 5v5 format that's just allowing them to do really well here. And each individual is just shining a little bit more. As those two damage, Waspies and Dominate, are just able to really capitalize on a lot of that. Marvel's coming through, though, on the side. Bet a window coming out from Phantom. Going to allow a lot of damage to go through. And with those grenades going through that window, allowing for some damage onto Plurp. Riptire coming out from Ghost, though. Going to try to find it. Finds the other Junkrat. Finds Waspies there. Dominate, though, finding the elimination onto the Plurp's Lantern. With a hack combination coming out from Dreamer as well. That's going to allow for the elimination. Dreamer also finding elimination on to Dominate, pushing that back line. That's exactly what you want to see from a diva, and she's pushing very hard, keeping Phantom at bay while the objective is being captured. Don't need to get an elimination there, just need to remove them from the fight, and that is exactly what we see from Dreamer there, managing to push through. And now they need to be ready to push this payload through and get them all the way. Well played from the Marvels. But also holding strong, the Eagles bringing down that time. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the Marvels clock. That's going to be a big deal here because if I remember correctly, it was like 3 minutes 60 almost, 3 minutes 50. So, I mean, it's a little bit neck and neck here from both sides. A Riptire, huge coming out, actually gets eliminated, trying to find a backline there. I wasn't even aware of it, but with that huge announcement coming out from the ult that just happens in Overwatch, the Marvels were able to quickly spin around and get that elimination onto Waspies. Pretty risky from Waspies, but could have been a very rewarding play. Looks like this Zenyatta is trying to play the backline here. Oh, and a huge Earth Shatter coming out from Captain Calamari. The team is there to capitalize, but Sombra ult coming out to get the hack. The Deadeye does come through to capitalize. Dominate finding 2 for the Frost. But it looks like the Marvels kind of lost that fight there with the Earth Shatter and the slightly delayed Deadeye. That was all she wrote here for the Marvels. Well, Marvels regrouping here, trying to get that next fight. So this is exactly what we saw from the Eagles. The first kind of part has been kind of tough, but once you kind of get through, it's no big deal there. As a Riptire does come out from Ghost, gonna go around, find the elimination on the Phantom. It's gonna allow for a lot. Captain Calamari trying to survive and stall as much as possible, but with Ghost and Frost on that Reaper now, it's gonna allow for a lot of damage to shred on through. Again, we see Dreamer on that Diva able to push that front line forward and allow for a lot of space to come through from the Marvels, and that's just going to mean that the Marvels have a lot to work with, and they're going to be able to push through. But the Eagles coming back from respawns, full health, going to come through. Frost, though, recognizes their push and gets on that back line, allowing for a lot of damage to come through, and gets Phantom. And Phantom just not able to survive from that big Dreamer all coming out. Only going to find Captain Calamari. But at the very least, Captain Calamari did get 3 kills for it. Team is there. Plurp is there to keep the team alive with that lantern. Ghost is going, or not Ghost, but Frost trying to survive, trying to teleport away, but quickly gets eliminated by Phantom. And it's Baptiste versus Baptiste, and Baptiste wins. Oh, and we, I mean, thank you, Baptiste. That's just perfect for this moment. You get that. Thank you, Baptiste. Yeah, literally just talking to the other Baptiste, even though he was talking to himself. The little things excite me, you know. A little bit of an early lamp there, but it's going to allow for some damage to come through. Huge Riptire. Waspies playing that back line very heavily. 30 seconds remaining coming out from the announcer. The Marvels need to make this happen. They need to get to the last objective here, and it's just not looking like they're able to do it here. Need to regroup a lot better so they can make it work. Eagles just coming out with some great plays. Dominate with a great Deadeye to quickly and deny any touch. Plurp trying to come out, but unfortunately just not able to make it in time. And the Eagles are going to take the round.
Play of the game.
Riptire coming out from Ghost. Gonna find 3, I'm pretty sure. I remember. This is the exact one that we're talking about. We see in the kill feed that there was an elimination onto the lamp coming out from Dreamer. That is why we see such a little delay from Ghost on that map there, because we're waiting for that communication. Lamp's down, and once it does, that's going to be it for them. And now Ghost can get through with the full Riptire, and that's a very good coordination coming out from the Marvels team. But props to the Eagles, though, winning the first round and kind of coming out. Again, if we're looking back at the first game that we had, the Marvels versus Eagles, I'm just going to say it, the Eagles didn't do so hot. But coming back, the Eagles have proven to be a strong force to reckon with, soaring through the skies, coming out with talons sharpened. Eagles are raring to go. And I hope you are raring to go into the next round. We'll be right back with that in just a moment. Stick around. Won't be long.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, high.
Initiating match.
Cause those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling.
Alrighty, y'all. We're coming back at ya with the next round of the Marvels versus the Eagles. Coming at ya. Definitely an exciting one here for you today. As now we have swap signs and swapped maps to Eichenwalde. And so we are ready to rumble there. Super exciting to see. We got a little bit of a swap coming through. Teams are ready. It is 1-0 in favor of the Eagles going into round 2. So Marvel's gonna need to come through here with a win to try to catapult them into the third round. Both teams coming in strong, though, with a lot of great plays. But immediately we do see we did not put any restrictions on. Ooh, a lot of lag is what we see. Sorry about that. The Marvels electing to do 2 tanks. We did not put any restriction on what those roles were. We just said 5 players. And so 2 tanks coming through. Gonna mean a lot more defense coming through, but maybe not as much damage. Actually, not even. It looks like they went 2 damage and only 1 support. So some strategy coming out from the Marvels. So we got that coming through. We will be. Well, I'll definitely depending on how this game goes. We'll have to talk about rules. We never did set up any rules for that, so that is something that we could definitely talk about. Because we're just kind of going for it. We said Overwatch 2 with 1 tank, but we did not say that was hard and fast. So Captain Calamari, though, coming with a huge Earthshatter. Not gonna find much eliminations, but that quick shield. Gonna find the Earthshatter out, but it's just not gonna be enough there. Dominate goes down, so a lot of damage coming through from the Marvels, and so it's going to be up to the supports on the Eagles team to try and capitalize and make sure that those teams are alive, because if those supports are there, I think we're gonna have a quick pause here to talk about it. So we'll be right back as we kind of talk about that. Let's confer here.
What's the call?
You
can unpause it, Cody. I just didn't realize that they were allowed to have the advantage there. So
We're gonna lose, Cody.
I
We're
guess
gonna
we'll just continue
lose.
having them. Have
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
advantage.
get rickrolled.
Alrighty, y'all. Sorry about that. We just confirming with the players to make sure that all is well. Got a quick swap out as well as we get that going through. Looks like they requested. Zenyatta's still alive though, so they need to make it work here. Is how it goes. So this is strategy coming out from the Marvels, and the Eagles need to reconvene and rethink their strategy to get through what this is. Because again, the Marvels have a lot of damage and have a lot of health as well. And it's going to allow them to really eat through that. So those supports just really need to do some work on the Eagles. And that's why they requested a Ana bot instead of a Zenyatta bot. But Zenyatta coming out with a huge immortality, transcendence to keep him alive. Captain Calamari pushing through, getting some damage in, getting a lot of eliminations. Dominate pushing through as well. Gotta try to get all of it here. Dominate, though, getting all the way through and getting a full team kill here. So the Eagles coming through very strong here. In the conversation that we had with them, I heard Dominate coming through with, hey, team, I'm going to switch to this, and we're going to do this. And so Dominate leading the charge a little bit here, as from what I can tell. That Diva is able to wreck that back line, and that's exactly what the Eagles kind of needed here. Plurp, though, coming with a Earth Shatter, going to find 2 eliminations quite quickly, and that Zenyatta is going to go down. I'm going to try to make sure that we switch to the Ana. There. Just looks like it's not quite going through. And so Marvel's finding their footing here against this. Dominate coming through. A huge... Ooh, it's going to actually find 2, and Captain Calamari is going to go down as well. Unfortunate there. Marvel's just able to barely survive all the 3-way through, but Phantom getting that eliminations and wiping them clean. See that sandwich coming out from the Eagles. Well placed. Again, Dominate coming through, kind of showing himself as a leader here going into this game. Leading the team's charge, keeping them positive even, and just saying, let's go. I got this. We got this. Love to see it. Oh, and unfortunately a boop coming out from Plurp gets Captain Calamari down, and he loses the ult. Huge ult coming out from Frost, though, on that soldier. Going to get that tack visor through. Dominate's going to get DMAC, but is going to stall the point quite well. Captain Calamari is coming back, but unfortunately did not have enough time to get through, and that's going to be all she wrote there. Dreamer pushing through, trying to get some damage in. Plurp, though, getting ready to roll. Dreamer in a fight. Plurp getting a pin off on the Captain Calamari. Gets that trade. 40 health remaining to his name. This is a trouble. This is always the trouble with a lack of support, right? And that's kind of why we see the pick coming out from the soldier, right? We don't normally see soldier coming through, especially from the Marvels, but because of the little bit of passive healing. Oh my gosh, Caster Curse coming out. Waspies with a 4-player Riptire. Holy moly. I don't even remember what I was trying to say there. Caster Curse coming through. 4 players down. That's almost a complete team wipe. But we do see in the back line, we do see Ghost on the back. Dominate's going to handle that, though, as Dominate is able to be extremely mobile. A Dreamer Diva Bomb coming through, making the team look at the very least. But also Dominate has their own as well. Doesn't find it. Gets cucked away in the corner, unfortunately. Captain Calamari does find a quick Earth Shatter onto the team. That's going to be big. And with that, it's looking tough. Marvel's putting up a good fight, but 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Ghost is on the point there, trying to keep it up. Frost coming in with a huge tack visor, gets defense matrixed away for the most part from Dominate, but Dominate does still go down. There's only so much defense matrix to be had. Plurp coming through, swinging on the way, getting ready to slap some hammers down. Waspies is on point, stalling. They are not able, and it looks like Frost just doesn't see it quite yet. And Waspies, though, well-placed position, is going to sandwich the team a little bit, but Ghost is in the back line, keeping them from going down. Ghost gets the elimination on the Waspies. Dominate does switch off to the ball to try to stall as much as possible. As we go into overtime, the timer is going down. There are a lot of Marvels on point, but there is a ball, and unfortunately, with the timer going down, no one's able to touch, and the Marvel's going to take it all the way. Very good round indeed. A back and forth fight. Overtime, just barely eking it out in that overtime time. And so we do see an amazing plays coming out from both teams. What a good day for Overwatch it is. Well, now we are switching sides here. So now the Eagles are going to be on the offensive and the Marvels are going to be on the defensive here. And so it's going to be a tough one indeed as they set up for this first point. Looking at it, we do see that the team does end up swapping it out. I'm going to take a quick pause so that I can swap out some of the so we can move some of the bots away. Just setting this up. Oop. And I screwed it up. So we're going to reset that real quick. We'll be right back. Sorry about that, y'all. And so we did lose the round there. We do know that the Eagles did win, or the Marvels were able to push it all the way in overtime. And so if the Eagles are not able to do that, then we'll have to figure out a situation here for the deciding match, of course. But let's just hope that we don't have to decide that. Apologies there for the misclick. So, I mean, again, we know from watching and the logs that the Marvels went into overtime, but were able to capture all the way. And so hopefully the Marvels, well, I mean, you know, depending on who you're rooting for. Marvels are on defense. We're gonna make sure that everyone understands what's going on. So let's be one more time right back. Thank you all for being so patient.
Yo.
Cody, how are we doing this?
Is it okay if we have two Annas?
What happens if we
Or is
get?
that cheating? Oh, let me switch. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just thought it was cool. No, let me just switch.
Yeah.
I saw that there was an Anna
Wait, what
bot and I
happens
could
if-
play Anna. I thought that was
Tandem. No, Cody. What happens if we get 3? We're gonna let them go, and then we make another, make another match. Oh my god, this is kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, you favorite.
Alrighty, y'all. We have fixed a couple things. Yes, I did see that we have we had 2 of the Annas, and we fixed that there. We're making do. We're making do here. So at the end, thank you for the cooperation. A lot of moving parts, but as we get into it, Marvel's Frost is going to go down pretty quickly. Plurp is going through though. So looking at the composition here, we've got 2 supports coming out from the Eagles side. And that's going to keep the team alive, and it's going to allow them to push all the way through. Ooh, actually, even more interesting. 2 supports and 2 tanks, even. So only 1 damage, and that's going to come out from Waspies. And so Waspies has proven, you know, we've seen Waspies. Waspies is pretty strong. And dominate too. Being able to lead that charge with that diva is going to be a huge deal coming out for them. And so Eagles able to push through quite well. Eagles able to push through pretty strong here. Captain Calamari finding a big Earth Shatter onto the team. Frost in that backline is going to be deterred off and even eliminated by Dominate's Diva Bomb. Well played. Only gets the one, but really that denies a whole mess of troubles coming out. And we're just seeing the Marvels need to kind of group up a little bit here. See Ghost and Frost kind of going in on their own a little bit, getting a couple eliminations sometimes, but also getting very quickly eliminated right there. Again, oh, but Plurp though, diving through. We saw the elimination off onto Frost, but Plurp coming through, getting a lot of eliminations, even onto the Dominate there. And with that, it's gonna keep them going and stop that whole push. So everyone setting back up here for the next round as an ult does come out from Frost. Where's it going to land? It's going to land right on top, finding the Ana. And now the push is going to come out from the Marvels. Captain Calamari is going to try to retreat a little bit here, but unfortunately the pincher from Frost there with that Meteor Strike just kind of initiating a huge fight onto the Eagles. It's going to allow for a lot of pushing through. A lot of punching power from who else? Doomfist. See Dreamer on that Zarya getting some more charge there. But an Ana all comes out. Ooh, a well placed Graviton Surge. Plurp shielding away that really quick, that Earth Shatter. 2 ults out from the Eagles. Really deterred coming out from the Marvels. Quick thinking from Dreamer to use that Graviton Surge to deny. It was used a lot more defensively, and that's exactly in that situation. I would say that was the perfect play. Captain Calamari though coming through, Dominate as well. The Lantern coming through as the Plurp trying to get that Earth Shatter out, but with the net, Captain Calamari coming through though. Dominate with a Diva Bomb. Gonna find 2. That's gonna be pretty tough for the Marvels here. But Ghost coming on in with a big Death Blossom. At the very least is gonna stall the point. But a remake kill from Dominate. Oof. Pretty tough. Plurp is coming in to try to touch at this point. As now Frost coming in on the ball. As now they swapped up to 2 support to try to keep the team alive. 2 support, 2 damage. I think that's what we swapped. 2 tank. Plurp diving in, getting a and with the combination of Frost on that back line, gonna mean that they are pushing that Eagles back. Waspies in a bad way, trying to get that back line. Let's keep an eye on Waspies here, because Waspies, as I've seen, has kind of disappeared a lot. And, you know, I say that as a compliment because he's been playing a lot of the back line very effectively and able to get those sneaky rip tires out of nowhere, get those sneaky eliminations, and just getting that free damage through. And I think that's going to be a big deal coming out from Waspies there. Exactly right here. So now Frost is getting a little bit of wind of it as it comes out. So one of the supports going down is big here, as well as a lot of push coming. The Eagles coming in full force, but Frost is on at least the very least the stall, as well as Reaper. So this Ball and Reaper very survivable on the point. Gonna allow, but unfortunately with a great Ana nade coming from that bot, it's gonna push them back. Plurp, and now Frost on the point, gonna try to stall. Marvel's gonna need to coming back. Gets a huge burst out on the back line as Captain Calamari is on his own, getting eliminated quickly by Ghost. Plurp in the back line in a bad trouble there. 9 seconds remaining as a huge Death Blossom coming out. Dominates on the point though, almost gets it through, but unfortunately Ghost finds it, and in overtime, it looks like the Marvels are gonna take that round. So that was round 1 as the game says, but that was actually round 2. And so now the Marvels did take the win there. Because they were able to get that aggression and that push there. They were able to deny the Eagles from full pushing. And so the Marvels pushed further than the Eagles that round. And so the Marvels are going to take that round. It is 1-1 in favor of the Marvels. Or 1-1 in favor. 1-1. There's no favor there. What am I saying? And so we're going to get ready for the last map here. We'll be super quick. Like, not even, like, we got it here. We're going in the last map, which is going to be Hollywood. We're going to get a quick swap onto a different bot. And we're going to get right into the next round. Thank you all for being so patient. Realized that was a little bit of a screw up, but hopefully you can see that we tried to make it fair in the end, and it was. So now we're going to a tiebreaker round. So this is the end all be all for the match. Let's get right into it without any more delay. Marvels are going to be defending first on this Hollywood map. I'm going to try to fix the overlay a little bit here. How's everyone's week been, man? I hope yours is just fine. Been a warm day here in Madison. You know, good day to go swimming in our lovely lake city. Also a good day to stay home and play some Overwatch. So, really great. I hope everyone's summers have been amazing so far. We're ramping up for regionals coming up, so you know, that's gonna be really exciting. We got a lot going on there. These teams, I mean, but obviously watching these two teams just duke it out from the season is, you know, this is just a taste of what regionals is going to be like. Maybe not this time. I mean, you know, the casting wise, you know, I think we'll have like actual, you won't have to listen to me speak all the time. You can listen to some actual casters. As now the Eagles are pushing through. Frost on that back line. Eagles almost seemed like a force, almost kind of seemed like a steamroller, but unfortunately they were stopped by the Marvels. Has a lot of eliminations coming through, just not able to get fully through with that high ground advantage coming out from Ghost. We see that right there, and that's just going to be a big deal getting that damage through. And so now Frost going on the back line, using that shield to stay alive, just getting a little bit of damage through, and then coming on back. Eagles ready to push through. Zenyatta going in, getting some damage in. Unfortunately, that Zenyatta just not making it work here. But Captain Calamari pushing through. Plurp versus Captain Calamari on that Reinhardt. Dominate on that ball. Going to be able to at least stall and distract the team. That's kind of the whole goal here as Ball, just like we see with Frost. And so it's Ryan and Ball versus Ryan v Ball. And exactly what you see here. A lot of damage coming through. Looks like the Eagles are coming out on top. Ghost finds two, but Captain Calamari is going to find it's just Frost on the point. Going to get an ult onto the point, though. Get an elimination on the Zenyatta, but Dominate and Captain Calamari are still on the point, able to still stay alive. Frost is there, though. Going to try to stall as much as possible. And with that, he's going to be able to, but Dominate is on point. Gonna get the first checkpoint at the very least, which is big, but the Marvels are coming back from respawn, but so are the Eagles. Earthshatter coming out from Plurp, getting that elimination finally onto Dominate. But Plurp gets the nano boost to keep it alive and keep it rolling as the Marvels blow up the kill feed here. and the Eagles are forced to retreat as now the Eagles pushing back. But at the very least, Eagles getting that first checkpoint. It's going to be a big deal. They dominate, going on that back line. Going to try to cause a lot of trouble. Let's follow him out, I believe. Ball v ball here. Earthshatter coming out from Captain Calamari. Going to allow for the Eagles to push on through. 2 eliminations out from Captain Calamari. Going to push all the way through. Dominate getting an ult as well to kind of secure the point, as now Frost is going to get a lot of damage out onto those mines. Ooh, big. Oh, but it was eliminated by Waspies. No, sirree. I'm just going to call it there. A huge denial of that Riptire from none other than also Junkrat. I mean, and the reason that's so insane is if you've ever played Junkrat, it's so hard to hit your shots. You have to lob them in. They're just a little dinky grenade thrower, and to be able to hit that, not an easy feat. And Waspies has done it. A quick back line. I'm trying to get it all in camera here. Plurp diving through with the help of Frost using that ult. Ghost is going to find an elimination out onto Waspies. Maybe a little bit of vengeance here for getting that Riptire, but Plurp is going to push through. The team is going to come through. Captain Calamari is in a bad way with that nano, with that anti-nade, and Ghost is going to keep rolling with it and get some eliminations out. Getting those fights. Frost on the back line, going to keep that space, but that respawn point for the Eagles is quite close. Waspies on the back line. Ghosts versus Waspies here. Waspies going to play it safe. Going to back out. Earthshatter coming out. There's a duel in the back line, but there's also some ults coming out from both teams as Plurp gets nano boosted. That's going to be, I think that must have been the Earthshatter coming out. No, it was from, ooh, it must have been from Plurp as that nano boost comes out, as well as the Earthshatter. Going to allow for a lot of damage to come through. Eagles getting ready to push through Waspies, though. Gonna dish out a lot of damage. Riptire coming through from Waspies. Gonna find that secret one. Dominate with a huge Gravitic Flux. Finding Frost and Ghost. That's gonna be a big deal here. But a res does come out onto Frost. And because of that, I'm sensing a big stall here. Ball is known for some very strong stalls, and that ult coming out is going to mean that. But Ghost, Frost is forced to retreat, and unfortunately goes down. We did see Dreamer in the back line trying to keep Frost alive, but the damage output from the Eagles was just too strong. Dominate with that huge Gravitic Flux is going to be a big deal. Dominate. Ooh, double Earthshatter hitting at the same time. Both teams. But Ghost with the oh my gosh. It looks like the Marvels were just lucky enough to have an extra ult. We saw 2 Earthshatters hit at exactly the same time, and it like just avoided them. Not something you see every day, folks. Oh, holy moly. And again, like I said, it looks like the Marvels just won that fight because they threw an extra ult in that Death Blossom at the end was just enough to finish it off. Plurp with the nano boost coming from Dreamer. Gonna allow for a lot of damage to through, but Plurp is on his own. Gonna get eliminated in it regardless of the nano boost. But a huge anti-nade coming out from Dreamer is gonna deny a lot of healing as Dominate on the field. Earthshatter from Plurp. A lot of eliminations. But Dominate and Captain Calamari are on the point. Dominate with that ball. Going to stall very well. Get a lot of damage through Waspies as well. Ball via ball. Ball wins. Ball. We do see Ghost on the high ground there, though. Gonna try to find a sneaky little back cap. At the very least, touch. Is now gonna stall the point. exactly what you want to see, as now the Marvels coming back through at Respawn. Dominates in a bad way, gets that anti-nade, is low on health, but has that immortality field from Phantom to keep him alive, allowing Waspies to get a damage elimination on the player. 2 eliminations coming out from Waspies with that Riptire, and the Eagles, oh, I was just about to say, but Frost coming in with a touch, able to keep the team going, and 2 eliminations with an ult as well, but it's just Ghost as Frost gets eliminated, and now Dominate and Phantom are on the point, but Plurp coming back from Respawn. Dominate gets an ultimate out, gonna deny a lot of damage, and Plurp has a shield to eat up those mines. Plurp is now getting healed by Vextress. The res coming out from Vextress, just able to find the res onto Ghost. A huge, oh, not even, only finding one on the Dominate. Dominate is in a bad way. The nano boost from Plurp, but Plurp is low. No, he's not. He gets healed up quickly by Dreamer. Dominate coming back to touch. Zenyatta here to touch. There's no healing on Dominate now. He's anti-nated, but he's able to spin around this cart, waiting for the Eagles to come back. Zenyatta is there. Dominate is being healed by that Zenyatta, keeping him alive, but he's able to touch. There's a lot of Marvels, but the Dominate is here, dominating and able to touch at the very least. And unfortunately, oh, that was very, very close. Oh my gosh. Dominate coming in, stalling for what feels like an eternity. Cat and Calamari getting some eliminations. Holy moly. What a time. That just goes to show you these kids going back and forth, neck and neck. We're in the tiebreak round here. Wow. I mean, in my heart, the Eagles won that round because of that insane overtime round there. Holy moly. And so now the Eagles on defense, Marvels on offense. Looking at the Eagles composition here, Dominate on that Sigma, saw a lot of good things coming out from Dominate Sigma. That shield, then Brock, the Gravitic Flux, everything has been so great. Dominate, we're not even end here, but Dominate, MVP in my eyes of this match, as we've seen so many good things. Dominate leading the team a little bit and keeping the front line going. Captain Calamari as well, all the team keeping it going. And so now we see Waspies on that Pharah, gonna allow for, again, free damage through, but with that ball, it's gonna be hard to hit as those projectiles are quite slow. Ooh, looks like Ghost does find the elimination. So exactly what we saw before. I said Pharah is good against the Marvels because they don't play a lot of hit scans, but we do see Ghost switch it up and play a hit scan character, and because of that, it's just going to allow, you know, this false sense of security for Waspies. Waspies was able to hold the air quite long, but now just not able to because of that switch onto the what's his name, Soldier. Plurp in the back line fighting away Dominate. But Dominate has team there, but so now does the Marvels. Phantom finds elimination onto Vextress. Great play coming out there, not just for healing. Plurp does get the quick nano boost, but a Gravitic Flux on the backline from Dominate. Gonna be a huge one as both teams trading away. Plurp is gonna have to retreat. And unfortunately, Dominate coming in, just going boop. And Plurp was very low there. Dominate. Again, way to be aware, and the team, just the Eagles in general, being aware of the fights and investing ults at the right time to counteract the nano boosted Reinhardt push. And so we see Frost kind of initiating a fight here with the ult. Gonna deny. Ooh, but Plurp manages to get the backhand onto Captain Calamari. Dominate is also down. 2 tanks down. Is gonna be it. Ghost does invest in ult there, but probably didn't need it here as it is on over. The Marvels were able to ride the back of the Captain Calamari and dominate eliminations and take it to the rest of the team. Those tanks that are able to protect the team and absorb a lot of damage, if they just go down, it's just hard for the rest of the team that's just so squishy and so hard to stay alive, to stay up. But again, we see Dominate switching out to the Diva, able to keep the team a little bit more easily protected from all of these projectiles. Waspies, though, with a big Dragon Strike, making the Marvels scatter, and at the very least is keeping them at bay. Dreamer finding elimination onto Waspies, though, from range. As now looks like the Marvels are electing to split up. We have a little bit of a splinter group here with Ghost and Frost on the back line. Dominate go, trying to get rid of that pesky Reaper in the back line. But Frost on the back line is going to be able to get a couple eliminations, as there is a little bit of a hectic play. And because of that, it's going to allow for a lot of damage to come through from that ball. Closely coming down. We've got 3 minutes remaining. Dominate with a Diva Bomb. Not going to find... Ooh, going to find Vexrus, which is going to be a big deal. No reses coming here. So now the Eagles are going to need to have to push through. Plurp getting Nano Boosted. Going to dive through the back line. Assisted here by Frost. Going to allow Plurp to get some damage through and getting Captain Calamari. Dominate has to get DMAC'd here. And quickly gets slapped away as well. An unfortunate play there. Frost doing that minefield there. Phantom coming in to try to stall as best as possible, but Frost is on it with that ball, being so mobile. Just needs to keep the team away. Zenyatta comes through, gets booped away. Gonna try Dominate, though, on ball now. Is gonna be able to stall. Gets Dreamer away, has to retreat. Vexrus is on point. Captain Calamari's, might be an overextension here from the team. Phantom needs to touch. Waspies needs to touch. Dominate's on point. They're just able to touch. Plurp's there. Phantom's got to touch. He's not able to do it. An unfortunate swing there. Holy moly. Plurp coming through. It was a double earth shatter! Yes, it was! Oh my gosh! Oh, no way! Oh! The double earth shatter again! I don't know if Plurp, like, honestly, just getting that double earth shatter is just enough for me. But that ult at the end, that Reaper Death Blossom, just finished it off. Holy moly. Thank you all for sticking around for that long round. That's going to be it. The Marvels are going to take it in the end. Marvels versus Eagles. The Marvels are going to take it. I'm going to try to see if I can get an interview for one of the players here, and we'll get them going on out. Thank you all for coming. I'll be right back with a possible interview from one of the players.
Hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling.
All right, y'all. Looks like not getting any takers for the interview. I want to thank, everyone out for coming and checking us out and staying a little bit longer than planned. I really appreciate it with all the technical issues. Let's tune in for next week as we will be casting the regional games next week. So that's going to be on Saturday and Sunday, so June 12th and 13th. Going to be a big deal. So come on out, check it out. Winners of the regional matches are going to go to nationals and see them in Raleigh, North Carolina. Super excited to see that. Let us see if I can pull that up.
By advert.
I want to show you a little bit about that because I think it's extremely exciting going into it. Check this out. Very exciting. We'll be right, and then we'll call it quits there. Thank you all for coming.